Cookies.
Biscuits.
Cookies.
Biscuits.
Cookies.
Biscuits.
Today we are here to debate proper English and find out that Americans speak better English than British people.
It's English. You're speaking English.
But we just simplified things. We just made it
Exactly,
easier to
You're
digest.
simpler people.
Well, may the best English speaker win.
A vest?
A gilet.
A gilet?
A delightful
what?
yellow gilet.
What?
Bruh, that's a vest. It's a vest. Gilet. Gilet, is that like what? Is it spelled like Gillette? You know, what you shave with? Like, never. Gilet. Now, granted, y'all come up with the words. I mean, to be honest with you, it looks like somebody decided that they didn't want their arms to be warm, but they wanted their torso to be warm, so they padded it to be. I don't know why you'd even make something that's an abomination like that, to be honest with you. So you call it whatever you want.
I don't understand why people wear them in the first place. It's a gilet.
A vest is like a white thing you would wear underneath the shirt for warmth.
Cookie.
A cookie is an item within the biscuit range.
You've got custard cream, you've got bourbon.
Bourbon is a drink.
It's not Ben's biscuits, it's
No, but
Ben's
those are cookies. Those are cookies. There's two different types of biscuit.
Stupid.
I know y'all call those biscuits. We call them cookie, but hey, like I said, y'all invented the language, so yeah. In which our biscuits, what we call biscuits, y'all say is more akin to a scone, so.
Sprinkles.
Hundreds and thousands.
Why?
What?
That's not real.
You think there's 100,000 sprinkles on top of this ice cream cone? That's a lot of sprinkles.
Are you going to count them?
Double parts.
Double parts?
A double fisting.
Yeah, he's
I
parts.
literally have never heard that.
2 pints.
Double fisting.
This is double fisting.
Thank you. Double fisting. You got 2 drinks. Double fisting. You got 2 drinks, which means you sip from one and sip from the other. Like, that's double fisting.
Do you say that in front of your parents?
Don't Google that.
Do you say that in front of your parents? Okay. Somebody's been searching some interesting things on the interwebs. Just throwing that out there.
Saturday night, really.
Americans use proper English.
No, you use American English.
Our words are way better overall. Yeah?
No.
I think really it could just be called English and American now.
Oh, that's fair.
I clearly won.
That I can
Yes.
agree
No.
with.
Yes.
This is an eggplant.
It's not an eggplant, is it? It's an aubergine.
It's an eggplant.
Aubergine. That actually, in my opinion, makes more sense than calling it an eggplant. It's used universally in emojis as a penis. And it's has no eggs. So I've never understood why it was called an eggplant.
Eggy shaped plant.
So this is an
It's not an
aubergine.
egg shape. What the
That's
hell is
French.
wrong with her?
Yeah.
So why are you speaking French just for this one vegetable? Get your own word.
If all of your vegetables were French terms, but only like 2 or 3 are, so who got lazy along the way and decided they just weren't going to translate something over?
Well, I'm sure it has a deep meaning in French. And that's why we stuck
But
to it.
you don't speak French.
It's not even proper. You're taking somebody else's word for eggplant.
We've got a long and grand history of doing that across the world.
When I'm
But they might have done that, but the thing about it is we call it eggplant, and it has no eggs. It doesn't even produce eggs. It doesn't come from anything that looks like an egg. But you're going to call them lazy because we complicated shit by calling it something it doesn't resemble what the hell soever. Like, come on now. Come on now. Stop with it.
eating my aubergine, I don't want to be thinking about eggs. Two very different things.
Well, we all know what this makes us think of anyway, so
That is true.
yeah. Thanks, emojis.
This is a classic
Pants.
debate. These are trousers. Hey.
Trousers.
Pants.
No.
Slacks. Slacks or pants, maybe.
Just call them trousers.
They're obviously trousers.
I think this is the one word, probably more than any of the others, that we need to sort out between the US and the
I
UK.
agree. It's
because-
caused for some very awkward situations when I
Very.
moved to this country.
Oh yeah.
One time I asked someone if they liked my pants, and I feel like I might have given them the wrong idea.
These though, are these chinos?
I mean, they're just horrible.
I would not. Wouldn't wear them.
The arrows
Those
are
are
pointing
bangs,
to
but-
her bangs.
They're pointing to her fringe.
Her fringe? Mm-hmm. I thought fringe was like when you go to Coachella and like you have like the dangly
Like tassels.
tassels.
You use the term
And see, with the tassels and the fringe, I've heard both on that. But yeah, I can see the reason why y'all call it fringe after the first video.
fringe as well. Don't you?
No, we just call them bangs.
That's ridiculous.
So you go to the barber and you're like, I want fringe.
No, a fringe.
A fringe. Oh, I want a fringe.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna cut a fringe today.
Oh, well, that's ridiculous.
How does the word bangs align with this in any way? Because it's covering your eyes and you keep banging into
Banging
stuff.
into things.
Maybe that's the origins of the word bang.
What's the French word? Let's go with that.
Le frange. Le frange.
Le frange.
Pacifier,
The
y'all
dummy.
call it what? Yeah, dummy. We call it binky, pacifier, all kinds of stuff.
Are you kidding?
What? That's the first time you've heard that? That's a dummy.
I've been here for 2 years. I've literally never heard of
No.
Pacifier. If a baby is shouting and screaming and crying, you want to make it peaceful, so you give it a pacifier.
This is to pacify the baby.
Yeah, but it's a bit like, okay, you're thinking of kids, right? I'm gonna pacify you. It just sounds aggressive.
What is a dumb?
But y'all call it a dummy. Pacifying, it sounds aggressive, but y'all call it a dummy. So you're making a child dumb where they don't speak or make a noise, which is actually a medical affliction, number one. But number two, it's also considered an impolite word in a lot of places. So I don't know. I'm not following your it's aggressive reasoning here. Just saying. I mean, pacify is something you do, so you stay out of war and stuff. Don't want to hear the kid yell and scream, give them the pacifier. They're pacified. Not loud no more.
Dummy even have to do? I mean, where do you get dummy?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's an eraser. Y'all call it a rubber.
An eraser.
A rubber.
A rubber?
A rubber.
No.
Cause
A
it's made-
rubber
it's-
is something else.
A rubber is a condom.
You rub
Yes.
out.
Also could be done with a condom.
You're rubbing it out.
What?
So
what are
that's
you
it.
talking about, man?
That's all you need to know.
The main use of the product is not to just like rub it around your paper. That's weird. That's weird if you did that, okay? What's normal is to use it.
This is one of those words where I'd prefer ours because you're erasing something that you've written down. Rubber, I get it. You rub the paper and it goes away. But as you're rubbing it, what does it do? It erases it. So just personal preference on that one. I can see the reason why y'all call it a rubber, but it's not made by Durex or Trojan, so it's an eraser.
As an eraser to erase some mistake that you've made on the past.
When you have to buy something, go to a store and you say, I've made a mistake. What should I use? An eraser.
Okay, but you wouldn't know how to use it. You'd be like, I've got this eraser,
Oh, yeah.
but what do I do? You gotta rub,
Hold it on.
you know?
But also, what's it made out of? Because I'm going to say rubber.
I'm gonna say eraser material.
Which is rubber.
Just a guess, I don't know. I would say that there were two key standouts where I was right,
Okay.
which was the eraser and the pacifier.
Pacifier, I'll give you.
Yes,
Eraser, I won't give you.
I just think that's ridiculous.
And I think if you're going to claim those two and then claim you've won, you're sort of
You've not set the bar very high there, sweetie. Just saying. Like, it's not high at all.
completely forgetting about eggplant.
I'm not a big fan of dummy. I think, why have a child say that? It's rude, awful, not nice. Don't teach. I mean, you can call it a dummy and then, next thing.
We
the
have a
child plays
Karen!
with the stupid.
We have a Karen. She's entered the chat.
Outrageous. Can you say that? Can we say that on camera? I mean, I feel like we might need to bleep that
But
out.
it's a child.
Can't we just both be correct?
That's why it should be English and American, you can stick to eggplant and your pants, and we'll stick to the original words, original and best.
Fine.
All right, so there we have it. And there's a part 3, and we'll do a part 3. Just part 1 was too dang short, in my opinion. But I'm going to be honest with you. Some of the words that y'all take and say, it makes sense, okay? It makes sense. So I see, okay, yeah, I get it. That definitely sounds more... But I'm sorry. Like, the whole pacifier versus dummy, that's kind of like, you pacify. I mean, you kind of do both. I mean, you make the child, dummy. They don't talk, somebody that's deaf and dumb, they can't hear or talk. So, a dummy, I can get that part. But, pacifier just, I don't know, sounds better in my opinion. Just aesthetically. Here, get my dummy, which, I don't know, that sounds funny. You could make a whole bunch of play off of that. But the eraser thing, y'all call it a rubber. All right, look in here. I get it's made out of rubber. And you rub it on the paper. Well, what's it doing when you do it? It erases. So, eraser. Of course, it all comes down to culture, at least some of the stuff, in my opinion. Well, no, all of it does. Y'all invented the words. But still. Besides that, stuff like eraser, I'm sorry, that just sounds better than rubber. Because over here, a rubber is a condom. However, there is some stuff that we say, like eggplant. I don't get that one. And I'm an American. So, this is interesting, though. I like this. Clearly, y'all speak proper English. Because, well, y'all invented the language. But still. Yeah, I definitely think there should be distinction on different things. What do you speak? American English. Not like proper English, but American English. That should definitely be a distinction. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.